Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Ross Merriam. Today I'm playing Pascal Vieren's list from the Pro Tour. Finished up yesterday. I believe he lost the semifinals to Jerry. And while we've seen a lot of sort of blue-red, fair blue-red style control decks recently, most of them have like Mandic Blood Moon. They can win with Madcap Experiment. They've won with Through the Breach and Emrakul. Sometimes they have Kiki Jiki and Pestermite. This version has a much cleaner kill in just reasonable threats, and I like that they're both very cheap, thing in the icing on Pyromancer, and quite powerful. So, neat little innovation on an archetype that has been lurking on Modern's fringe and waiting to break into the top tiers of the format. And I'm going to try it out. This hand has no lands, so I don't know why I haven't hit Mulligan yet. This hand is pretty good. We can crack this fetch and Visions on one, or Bolt if our opponent plays a creature because they're on the play, and then play a Pyromancer. Maybe we want to hold a Bleak on too, I'm not sure, but solid 6-card hand here. Ooh. It's a weird one, one where I really would like to know the matchup, and I don't. Given that I want to Visions on one anyway, if my opponent doesn't do anything, or potentially Bolt on one, the odds of me snaring something here are pretty low, and there's also the chance that my opponent's playing a deck where snare is pretty bad, so let's just bottom that. Now they show me they're like playing a mirror or something. You know, Storm, sure. Yeah, the matchup where spell snare is the best. Yeah. Typical. Very typical. And they split the scry there on their Visions. Field of Ruin, not sure how good that is. There's a chance I want to get a Steam Vents here so that I can go like Visions on one, Leak on two, Pyromancer plus Bolt on three. And I don't think my life total is going to matter all that much. So let's get a Steam Vents. I don't think I want this other Pyromancer if my opponent's Storm. Then again, if it's like a mirror, I might want another one. If it's a mirror, I really need to draw more lands. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I just wasn't supposed to cast the Serum Visions there. I just didn't really know what I was looking for, and now I'm. Yeah, it was probably bad. Should have just gone land go. Because this, I just have no idea what I'm doing with these cards. It's completely unclear. I'm not sure what my opponent's playing yet. This was just bad. Autopiloted there. I do really want to make more land drops, so I think I'm actually just going to bottom both. That's the one thing that I do know I want, is more lands, and neither of those are lands. Okay, not a real fancy island here. I guess that answers it. My opponent is playing Storm. Well, let's crack this. This is kind of awkward in that I'm going to end up using both of my 1-mana things here, so I can't Pyromancer effectively next turn, but that's fine. You just definitely need to bolt this thing. I want the Opt. I might need to find another removal spell. It also pairs well with the Pyromancer. But given they might have thought this was a mirror, and they really want to get the Brawl down then, but if they'd known I was playing a fair deck, playing the turn 2 Brawl into a Bolt isn't great. That might suggest they have another one, but they have a Noxious Revival. Well, this is not great. Ooh. I'm just going to pass a turn. Do I want to mana leak this? Not really. I'm a pretty big fan of mana leaking cantrips, but I don't have like a huge clock right now. That's when it's best, is when you have a really big clock. And I know they're going to want to play a brawl at some point, and the leak should be good against them. Yeah, I'll let this one resolve too. Bottom, bottom, I like that. Ooh, no fourth land. Yeah, so this mana leak is going to be good. Do I want to play Pyromancer or Thing? I think Pyromancer is going to be better. Somebody can play a second Pyromancer next turn. Thing just sits there forever. Let's mana leak this one. And hopefully find another removal spell or another counter spell here. Okay. I want to be able to find a 2-mana piece of interaction, so I'll shock myself again. Could be in a little bit of trouble if their hand is creature, rituals, gifts. They've played a lot of cantrips to set that up. But one or two more pieces of interaction and we should be good. Oh crap, forgot to attack with this elemental. Hopefully I don't get burned by that. End up like 1 point short on something. I mean, this is 5, with the opt it'll be 7. If we can find one more thing, we can go 7 and 9, and that'll be 16. Otherwise, 7 and 7 won't even kill them. Okay, they don't even go for it. Looks like they're a little bottlenecked on mana. Okay, interaction, please. Not a Misty Rainforest. Ugh. Okay, I will gladly take a Cryptic Command. Do I shock myself again to play this thing in the ice? Probably not. Maybe. They could go for like a small Grape Shot here. So getting the thing down could insulate me from that. But if I go to 12, I'm kind of vulnerable to them like double Grape Shotting me, right? Probably not with this Cryptic. I'm not going to play the thing. So with them bottlenecked on mana, I'm going to aim to use this Cryptic pretty early, rather than try to wait for like a bigger spell. And because I have them dead next turn. So I really just need to stop them from going off this turn. Oh, wow. How did they scry with that opt? They put that on the bottom, so they found a land in those two, and now they're opting again. I mean, they've cast 3 Slights, 2 Serum Visions, and 2 opts. Are they just, yeah, and they're just dead? Well, I'm not really sure what they were missing there, but they definitely tore through their deck and found a whole bunch of nothing. You know, I'll take it. Okay, how do we want to play this? I like Relic a lot. I like Vendilion Click a lot. I like Negate a lot. We've got a lot of counter spells here. So let's get those in. How much do I like Disdainful Stroke? It counters just Past in Flames and Gifts Ungiven. They usually go down on gifts in post-board games and bring in pieces of the puzzle, so I don't think I like the Disdainful Stroke. I certainly don't like Roast. I don't want sorcery speed answers to their stuff. I'm not a big fan of Electrolyze because it doesn't kill Baral, so let's cut that. That also means I probably want an Abrade as another removal spell. I don't don't really want anger to deal with empty. Thing in the ice is a nice way to deal with empty, actually. So that I'll just leave in the things because they fill that role. Man, my deck is just all great cards. I have no idea which ones to cut. And look at this. Every single card is awesome. Maybe I don't even want these abrades and just want to just have 4 bolts to deal with creatures. And a bunch of counter spells. I'm definitely going to at least trim one of these abrades. Got a minute to sideboard here. I'm going to trim an Ancestral because they can be really slow. I generally like them in a matchup like this where I'm trading a lot, and so an early Ancestral is good, but I don't want to flood on them. Maybe like is Remand my worst counterspell? Is that the one I actually want to cut? Maybe I just want to cut like a Cryptic because they're really expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna try trimming a Cryptic because that's a card that they can like win a counterspell war with remands and dispels of their own. And yeah, I guess I'll trim a remand. This is I just have an embarrassment of riches. Maybe I'm supposed to like cut all the things and just bring in an anger or two to deal with empty. It can be awkward to like try to have a thing down before they empty. I might just get raced trying to transform it. But not sure. Another bad 7, all these snaps, no blue mana. So I'm mulligan that one. And another good 6. We can Spell Snare something on Spell Snare a 2-drop, which I like. I don't have a lot of spells, and I'm planning on using the Spell Snare early, so I think I'm going to bottom this thing and go from there. Okay. More cantripping for our opponent here. I wonder if I am supposed to Relic here and start working on the graveyard. Then I have Spell Snare for after I play Pyromancer. Spell Snare is pretty good regardless. It counters all the rituals. It counters Manamorphose. It's also less likely that they run out a creature on turn 2 unless they have multiples. Oh. They look the same. I just thought that was another Spiral Canal. Well, punted that one. We're doing some stupid stuff so far. The art is kind of similar. It's just sort of vaguely fiery. Yeah, slam on Electromancer. Just okay. Hopefully they can't beat multiple. They can't beat the one counterspell here because I want to get this relic down. What I really want to do is use one counterspell to stop them this turn, and then Pyromancer hold up another counterspell the next turn. There's also a good chance that they're just going to set up with like a Gifts Ungiven, and I have the Dispel for that. But not the best showing so far. Okay, let's Spell Snare that. And hope I'm not dead. Excellent. Not dead. Not in great shape, but not dead. Maybe I was supposed to let that ritual resolve and hope to like tag another one. I don't really know. Well, let's try to get a clock going. And this Dispel I'm going to hope to target a Gifts with. But I've already made Gifts kind of bad with this Relic. So I don't even think they're going to want to Gifts. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to Dispel the Ritual so I could counter another creature there. I'm going to take this. I'm going to think about popping this Relic on the end step. Because I have Dispel for Gifts, and I just want to find some spells. Yeah, I'm just going to pop this. There's a lot of lands. Classic. The Snapcaster is not bad, though. Hopefully they try to like do some stuff here, and then I can counter a spell. Should not have F6 there. If they opted on my end step, I would have Snap Dispelled it. They're just going to erase me? Sure. Okay. Ugh, come on, deck. I need spells. I need more spells. Take 2. I'm going to be pretty vulnerable to an Empty the Warrens here. Snap Dispelling this. And hopefully the Snapcaster Dispel can get a Gifts. Another Electromancer. I'm just getting beat in the face. Okay, take 3. This is embarrassing. Oh, another land. Too many lands. Too many lands. I think the Snapcaster is the only spell I've drawn. I don't really want to trade. I want to just start making elementals and trade with those. But I can't do that. I'm certainly going to Snap Dispel anything I can here to get things on the battlefield. Huh. As I said that, now I'm thinking about it. So there's a couple things they could be doing. They could just be trying to empty, in which case me Snap Dispelling just gives them 4 more goblins, which is really bad. Or they could be setting up like Gifts or Past in Flames. I'd really like to counter a Gifts. The mana's just not threatening. Like, they have all the mana in the world. So I think I actually let that resolve. Because it's not like they lead on a ritual, they're going to be casting more spells. It's not like I'm going to miss my shot. Yeah, here we go. This is the one I want to counter. Snapcaster Mage. Now I can trade for both Electromancers or brawl an Electromancer and lose my... Oh. That one. Dispel your thing, make token. Okay, they're down to 1 card. Well, I didn't have a counter spell for Past in Flames. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. That is a good last one to have. I had to start aggressively countering things just to get elementals here, so I'm not really upset at the way I played this game. Also, like the popping of the relic is needed to find stuff, and I didn't really find a lot of stuff. Yep. pretty dead here. Oh yeah, storm count's 8 and I'm at 10. Yeah, they just find a grape shot and some stuff and kill me very easily. Unless they have warded out all of their grape shots now. Okay, we are dead. Lightning bolt would have been good. That would have been pretty stable. Okay. Remand is good against flashback past in flames, which is cool. These things have not seemed very good. I've never really wanted to take the time to play them. So maybe I'm just supposed to bring in some angers and another counter spell. Just have anger as my answer to empty the warrens. And stop doing this thing. What is my mouse doing? Let's get a remand back in. So at this point, we've just, yeah, we're down in threats. We just have snaps, pyromancers, and the V-click, but that's fine. This threat is just not very good in this matchup. At least that's my read so far. And if my opponent just plays 3 creatures like they did, I can anger those. I get to play first, so that's cool. And this hand is pretty good. Turn 1 visions, I need more lands. Hopefully I can just land this Pyromancer on 2 and then start doing stuff and get a clock down. But other than that, we just back it up with counterspells. So I'll keep my 7 also for the first time. That's nice. And I guess I'm going to crack this fetch for a Steam Vents. Ooh, they mulled a 6. Excellent, excellent. But they scryed at the top. How lucky. Yeah. Okay, go to 17. Play und Serum Visions. I drew a land, so that's good. I'm going to keep 1 bolt, but I don't think I can keep both. I still do want to draw more lands and more cantrips and stuff, so let's split. And if I draw a snap, I can snap them back. No cantrip from our opponent. Well, let's hope they don't have a bolt. Not sure they would bring in bolt in this matchup. They probably have like dispels and stuff. So now we got our Pyromancer down. Ooh. Well, let's just mush for 2 and hold up a bunch of counter spells and do our thing as needed. Pretty good position to be in here, untapping their threat in play, 3 lands, 4 counter spells, and a bolt in hand. And as they play more stuff, we'll just make more elementals. Serum Visions. See, given that I have a ton of counter spells here, this is a situation where I actually like countering cantrips. So I'm going to mana leak this. We could like run afoul of just a naturally drawn grape shot, but I think that's going to be true regardless. Excellent. Yeah, when you have a bunch of counter spells, you can get bottlenecked on mana, and we are sort of having that happen now, drawing another Cryptic here. So I just want to trade as much as I can early to stop them from being able to go off and leverage the fact that I already have a Pyromancer in play. Let's get them to 15. And eventually I could see aiming this bolt at their face to set up the lethal swing. Do I remand this? Kind of like remanding this. Or I can let it resolve. They like maybe play a ritual. I bolt brawl. They might have a remand. I dispel the remand. Or I like bolt brawl, let the ritual resolve, and they might like go to gifts, and I can dispel that. I really just, my main reason is I just want to cycle and try to hit lands with this Remand. And I don't think I'm going to get punished for it, so... And Remand just keeps getting worse. This is also a little bit better if they have their own Remand. Okay. And obviously if they just recast the Brawl, yeah, they're using their own Remand because they want to cycle. So I can dispel their Remand. I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to bolt the Brawl. Actually, what is this? Are they remanding my Remand or their own Brawl? Remand targeting Remand. Okay, they could remand the Brawl to like counter my Remand essentially, but I'll just let this happen. They just want to cycle their Remand, I'm sure, and just get this Brawl out of the way, and then I'll at least have Dispel Remand up. This also gets me to 5 power, so it's a 3-turn clock. I have 4 cards in hand. 4th land, please. Serum Visions. That is an interesting one, and one I don't think I'm going to cast, because I really don't want to go below these 2 counter spells. I really wish that was an opt. So if they do nothing here, I could at least cast it on the end step. Ooh, I think they're going to go for something here. Pyretic Ritual. Okay. Don't think I want to counter that. They know I have a Remand. Desperate Ritual. Sure. Gifts Ungiven. Do I remand this or do I dispel it? They have 1 mana floating, so I'm not worried about getting emptied. I'm a little worried about them just having a Grape Shot to wipe my board, because this is Storm. This would be Storm 3. If I counter this, it's Storm 4. They Grape Shot for 5 things, and that kills my entire team. And because of that, the Remand is better against that Grape Shot. So I think I'm just going to dispel this. Okay. Do they have the Grape Shot? Oh, looks like it. Yep. So if they are wise, they will send the original Grape Shot at the young Pyromancer. Yeah, as they did. So we're going to remand a copy here. Leave ourselves with 2 elementals. We're still in very good shape. They have no cards in hand. We just need to find a 4th land here to have a bunch of cryptics. We're still going to have a reasonable clock after this. Okay. Ooh, okay. So they end up they wanted to make sure the Pyromancer died. So we're going to be left with 3 tokens, actually. So let's do this to a copy. Another Remand, not great. Okay. Well, we should still be fine. There is a 4th land. Love it. I'm just going to hold up some cryptics and counter their stuff. Don't think there's a need to Serum Visions here. I guess we could find like a Snapcaster or another Bolt to reduce the clock by a turn. No. Yeah. They're just conceding. Well, I'm not sure what I could have done better in game two. Obviously, like I sequenced the lands poorly. I could have like held on to the relic. I just ended up flooding a bit, and they had the past in flames in hand. But you saw what happens in games 1 and 3. I just land an early Pyromancer and trade resources as aggressively as possible, and just keep attacking them. Pretty normal, sort of protect the queen, even though they're not really killing your Pyromancer, but you just land your one threat like you're playing Legacy Delver, counter other stuff, kill them. Deck's chock full of counter spells. Get to play at instant speed. That you saw the strength of having a win condition as well that is very cheap. We were able to get down Pyromancer before we really needed to have counter shields up, or we got it down on a double spell turn, so we play Pyromancer, interact with them to maintain parity, and then go from there. Whereas if we were trying to kill them with Breach Emrakul, we would just have to sit there, counter a bunch of stuff, hope to resolve this through the Breach at some point against a deck that has Remand and Dispel on the sideboard usually, which is a lot tougher. So some of the other win conditions just aren't as clean. They're kind of clunky, expensive. Pyromancer just very elegant, very nice in a deck with a ton of spells. So hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Wednesday. Bye.